You are listening to I Am Refocused podcast with your host, Shemaya Reed. This podcast is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. Now, let's tune into today's podcast.
This is I Am Refocused podcast, and today we have an awesome show lined for y'all. But before we get to our guests, I want to give a big shout out to our partner, Rico Rodriguez of Rockefeller's Barbershop. If you need a haircut in San Antonio or you're not in San Antonio on your way, stop by my boy Rico Rodriguez. Today, we're talking about juicing. And this is going to be an awesome episode for you guys. We're talking to Pure Juice today, and we have one of the partners, Jerome Sherrill. How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me this morning. I appreciate you.
And I also want to give a shout out to your other partner, Milton J. Roberts. And what you guys are doing in Stone Oak is pretty awesome. Tell us about this Pure Juice. How did it get started?
Well, Pure Juice as a company has kind of gone through a couple of evolutions. It started out as one company several years ago, right around 2013. Pure Juice, the partners of Pure Juice got involved a few years later. And as a part of that process, in taking over that business, adding, changing, refining, trying to create a better process and get the best out of what we were trying to do, ended up changing a few things. The way that the product was juiced back then was a process called mastication, and it's cool, but it does add some heat, which kind of takes away some of the properties. Well, we ended up moving into a cold press system using a cold press machine, which we'll talk about a little bit more as we get into this, and thus that gave us the ability to have just pure juice. So the name was just kind of a natural evolution, Pure Juice. And so changed the name to Pure Juice, and the rest is history, man. We're here now.
And let's dig right into it. When you say cold press, tell us what is that? What exactly is that process? Okay, so
cold press is exactly what it sounds like. We literally have a huge machine, and you take fruits and vegetables, whatever the batch is for whatever flavor you're trying to make, and you stick them in the end of the machine. There's a big, basically like a push rod, like they used to have the old cannons back in the day. You push the fruit and vegetables down in there. The machine basically grinds them up into very, very fine particles, and it falls into a collector bag at the bottom. Then from there, we take there's a hydraulic press that's attached to it, and it literally, without any heat or anything else, it presses that pulp and whatnot together, and out of the bottom of it comes the juice. So that's the name cold press juice. Because there's the other important part of that is that there's no heat in the process. Most of the stuff that we get from the stores, not to drop any names, but the orange juices and the apple juices and whatnot that we get from the stores, they go through a pasteurization process. They add colors, they add flavorings, they add sugars. So they go through a very different process than what ours does, because they want to extend the shelf life so they can ship it from California to wherever the case may be. Our product, what you see on the bottle, grapes, pineapple, beet, coconut water, that's all that's in there. There's even though our process there says that there's some water in it, it's very, very little. It's literally, as we're putting the fruit and vegetables in the top of that machine, just to kind of push everything else down there. Once you kind of get most of it done, we might spritz a little water in there, and that's it. So it's probably less than 1% of water that actually goes in there. So what you see on the label of one of the bottles, that's all that goes in there. If it's kale, cucumber, spinach, celery, parsley, romaine lettuce, that's all that goes in there. There's no added sugars, no added colors, no added flavorings, nothing. So you get the absolute best that those fruits and vegetables have to offer.
And you have a variety of different juices. Explain to us maybe the top 3 that you guys have a very popular, just reaction towards. And the top 3, explain what they do. Like, what's the difference between the top 3 you guys have?
Gotcha. So you're right. We've got 15 different juices right now, as well as we've got what we call cashew milk that we make as well. And we have a couple of tonic waters. One of the tonic waters is a turmeric base. The other one is a activated charcoal base. So that brings us to probably close to about 19 or 20 products in a bottle that we sell. As far as our actual cold pressed juice, probably our top sellers are the ones that I have here. I brought Focus with me. That's grapes, pineapple, beet, and coconut water. That's going to be what we call one of our heart drinks. Beet is extremely good for your heart and for your blood vessels. It acts as a kind of a natural vasodilator. So it kind of opens up your blood vessels, makes them a little bit less tight and restricted so that the blood can flow through a little bit easier. Great heart drink. Actually, another one that's really, really popular is right next to it. That's called the Amplifier. Again, a beet-based juice. That was going to have beet, pineapple, orange, pear, apple, lemon, and ginger in it. So the difference there, obviously, there's some additional ingredients in there, but it's still going to focus on heart, blood pressure. Is kind of the main focus that juice will help work out with. Then another really popular one is called Refresh. I like to call that one a simple juice because it's just watermelon, pineapple, and lemon. Kids love that one. It's not, greens or anything like that. It's very refreshing, especially on a cold day, on a hot day, I'm sorry. And that's basically from the watermelon that's in that particular drink. Little known fact, I'm originally from North Carolina, and growing up as a kid, we ate watermelon all the time and that kind of stuff. What people don't know is that watermelon is actually a very, very good natural way to rehydrate your cells.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes all the way back to unfortunately, days of slavery, so very, very, very great product there. And then another really popular one is low kale. That one's going to be one of our green juices. That one's going to have kale, cucumber, spinach, celery, parsley, romaine, and lemon in it. And that's a really, really good replacement or addition to your diet. Growing up as a kid in North Carolina, man, we ate fresher back then. I can remember going to the strawberry patches and, going and picking watermelons and picking greens and that kind of stuff and snapping peas with the family and whatnot. So we ate a whole lot fresher then. As a kid, Saturday mornings you get kicked out of the house after you do your chores. Don't come back till the street lights are on, right? Yeah. And our play routes as kids were pretty much set up based off of where the food and fruit was. Mr. Johnson's got an apple tree. Miss Smith, they got an orange tree, but they got a German Shepherd too. So we got to figure out how to do that. You know what I mean? So we ate more fruits and vegetables on a daily basis. Nowadays, everybody's busy. Everybody's, got these busy schedules constantly on the go. And we end up, at the fast food places over and over and over again, and I'm guilty of that just like anybody else, but we're missing out on the greens and the vegetables that used to be a staple of our diet. So we have an option like a low kale that helps with that. And again, each one of our juices, because of the way they're made, this little 16-ounce bottle actually has between 5 to 8 servings of vegetables and fruits in them. So whenever you look at the US FDA and what they're recommending, that we should be eating, they're saying I think 7 to 9 servings of vegetables a day. One bottle of our juice will give you 5 to 8 servings for your day. So it's an easy way to get the things and supplement what we're missing. Just living our hectic lives. 16-ounce bottle, about the size of a Coke. Throw it in your cooler, shake it up, and chug it away and go, man.
And this is really good that you have all these varieties for. After a gym workout, this is perfect. After work or maybe lunch break at work, this is a good access. Now, is this something that people can do frequently, or do you have any kind of suggestions how people like quantity, how much they can drink? Or
there's no limit on it. Again, we don't eat fruits and vegetables like we should, right? So drinking more juice obviously is just going to flood your body with those micronutrients. Now, that's one of the things about this juice, though, because we become a lazy society, right? We don't like to chew, right? So you got to chew an apple. You got to, but so we've made it a little bit easier for you. You can drink that apple.
That's true.
But one of the challenges that some people see whenever they start drinking juice is because their body body is being flooded with tons and tons of macronutrients that they're not used to getting, they will find themselves feeling a little dehydrated in the beginning. So we always recommend that you drink plenty of water when you're taking the juices, because literally it's kind of overloads your body with stuff that it's been missing or not getting enough of.
So balance.
Right. And so after a while, your body adjusts to it and says, hey, okay, I'm getting the good stuff now, and it adjusts properly. But especially in the beginning, you always want to make sure you drink some water along with juices that you drink.
That's true.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, there's no limit to how many juices you can drink. But again, just remember that each bottle is 5 to 8 servings, 5 to 8 of your daily recommended servings, that the government says you got to have. So you can drink as much as you want.
And you said you guys are starting to branch out a little bit. Talk a little to us about that. Where can people get this if they're not going to Stone Oak?
Gotcha. So right now, Pure Juice is a family, if you would. There's our main location down on South Pressure. Shout out to Mario Ruiz, my partner down there. They take care of that. That's actually where our cold press machine is and where everything, all of the juices are made. So you can go down to South Pressure there in Southtown and grab juice. We also have a location actually right up the street here on Babcock inside of a gym called Cherry Fitness. We have a partnership with Sherry Braxton. Shout out to Miss Sherry over there. If you're looking to get in shape, she's the best, man. Oh my goodness. We actually have a bar inside of there where you can get your juices and stuff. Then of course the 281 location where me and my partner are located at. But outside of that, we're currently in 10 Gold's Gyms around San Antonio. And the cool thing about that is that you don't have to have a membership to Gold's Gym to be able to go in and buy the juice. So if you're near one of those 10 Gold's Gyms and you want to grab a juice or a shot or something, not like shot, not that kind of shot, beating turmeric kind of shots, right? You can run inside of there and grab one.
And two, say I'm going to one of those gyms. Do I just go to a person and say, hey, I want some Pure Juice. Can you put me in the right direction? Or is it displayed somewhere and do you have people out there that's
well, what we're doing is we kind of have a brand ambassador program going on with them. So we have a cooler inside of there. When you go into Gold's, they've got several coolers with the energy drinks and the pre-workouts and all that kind of stuff. We've got a smaller cooler, either in between those or located right next to them. I think in one of the gyms, just sitting up on one of the counters over on the end, like right as you check in, so you can see just right along with the other selections where we are. But part of the team, they go to different gyms pretty much every day for a couple of hours every day. We rotate through. That way they can answer any questions, talk to people about cleansing and detoxing, that kind of stuff, and just share the goodness that's inside of these bottles with folks.
Social media and your website, justpurejuice.com, can people read up on more information with the benefits? Because this is not just I'm drinking apple juice.
Right.
This is like the next level.
Right.
This is special Pure Juice. So is there information for people to kind of educate themselves to learn a little bit more about juicing, the benefits for it, the ingredients and what they do?
Right. Well, again, with the ingredients, we have our own recipe for how we do these, which makes them taste so good. So I'm not going to give you my recipes. But, right. I mean, the ingredients are on the bottle.
Exactly.
Grapes, pineapple, beet, coconut water. But it's just the ratio of each that makes ours different from what someone may do at home. Juicing overall is again a really, really healthy way to get your fruits and vegetables. There's a ton of information out there. Our websites, there's plenty of websites out there that will give you a lot of information. Just Google it and you can come up with all kinds of stuff. But again, for us, we found these combinations, and I'll let you guys be the judge of that here shortly. We found these particular combinations to provide the taste as well as the nutrients that kind of set us apart from everybody else. They helped us be named as the number one juice bar in San Antonio, 2016 and 2017. So, I can't give you the recipes, but there's a lot of information out there.
iHeartRadio's listening. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of competition.
We're not doing that. We're not giving that up. But again, there's a lot of information out there, and to everything, there's a balance, right? There's a good and a bad side. Juicing at home, great idea. Again, easy way to get healthier foods into our diets. However, it's kind of expensive. See, Ms. Deborah can attest to that.
Yes,
it's kind of expensive, and the home juicers are made. You don't have a hydraulic press that's going to press out all the juice at 2,000 pounds of pressure per square feet, but I do. So you're not going to get as much of the juice and the nutrients and whatnot that we'd get. But again, home juicing is a great start. It's better than not at all. You know what I'm saying?
But this is easy. It's already bottled up.
Already bottled
exactly
up.
What's in
it's going to be cold when you pull it out the cooler.
You get to choose which one you want.
Choose which one you want.
How many different juices? 15?
We got 15 different flavors, man.
So, 2 weeks, that's 14. You still got an extra day.
You got an extra day. And we even have, at the Stonebridge location, we're toying around with some ideas. We even have a subscription program. A bottle of juice is $8 a bottle, right? So if you bought a juice every day, kind of to your point, that would be around $240, 30 days, right? So we have a subscription program, $200. You can come in and you just grab a juice every day for 30 days, and you can.
It can be the same flavor. So if I'm the guy
different flavors, yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
If you're a focused guy, you can come in every day for 30 days and get a focus.
And you can customize it too. So if I wanted 4 different flavors for that amount of days,
whatever you want out of the cooler.
Man,
it's your choice.
That's brilliant.
That's why it's a subscription program. That includes our tonic water as well, so you can go any direction there.
Man, what's amazing about this is not just healthy for you, it's not just good for you, but it's a good social thing, because if people see you with pure juice, they're going to start asking questions. What is that? And do you guys hand out to your customers informations that they can hand out to people and say, hey, this is some bulletin flyer that you can pass out to, especially like sports, even it's like football camps and stuff like that? What's some of the networking things you guys do to bring awareness to the community of San Antonio?
Well, those are all good ideas, and since we just really got back involved with Pure Juice, me and my team, we're doing some of that stuff right now. We are already doing some networking with some of the military organizations around town. We have some other connections within a few other organizations. We're here sitting and talking to you guys today. So we are moving around and starting to do some of that. But again, that just takes some time. It's a story that we want to get out to as many people as possible through as many venues as possible. So if, say, I don't know, UTSA wants to come and talk with us, they hear this show, you can give us a shout. We'll gladly come over and get with your nutritionist, and you can check everything out.
And that's a great segue, because before we wrap up this segment, how can a corporation set up an appointment with you guys if they want to get their employees together and just have a little taster party or something like that? How can they set that up?
Right, and that's actually one of the things that we're working on. We're already talking with a couple of companies. We've got a couple of local banks that have already come in and asked to set that up, where they will do meetings with realtors to talk about their different products. They'll host it there at our facility. We have a pretty large store up on Stone Ridge, so there's lots of space for those kinds of things. We have had there's a young lady named Michelle McKeever, and I think I just mispronounced her name. Sorry, Michelle. She's a nutritionist, but what she does is she has meal prep courses. So she does these she does these classes called Salad in a Jar. And so, most people look at meal prep and it's kind of intimidating. I got to, grill 1,700 chicken breasts, and, I don't know where to find the little black containers everybody's using, and, I can't find the top to this Tupperware, and so I'm done with and so she's come up with a methodology where you basically put your salad inside of a mason jar, along with the seasonings, or whatever dressing you're using and whatever toppings you need, and once you put it in, once you get to work, you can either mix it up and eat it right out of a jar or pour it out into a bowl. So it's a quick, easy way to meal prep. It's not as intimidating as some of the other things. I mean, no shade to any of the meal preppers out there, because you're doing an awesome job.
Right.
But that gives an option. So we're starting to do more and more things like that down at our location down at Pressa. We just happen to have a German classically trained chef on staff down there. His name's Ronnie Bly, but Ronnie. and he has a program called Artful. Whenever he's not running our manufacturing process of our juices and coming up with new flavors and whatnot, he does. I don't know what you call it. You can call him and get like a personal chef. He'll come in
like
and,
catering.
he'll do catering. Yeah, he'll do the little romantic candlelight dinners, kind of thing or whatever. But he just created a line of meal prep as well that we showcase down in the Presser location. In my store, we've got something similar. We partner with a company called Rabbit and the Bull. Shout out to Shalina and Sergio, and they do meal prepping, and we keep some grab and go products from them. Like they've got a killer homemade hummus. Now, I mean, I don't even like hummus, but I eat his hummus. It is off the chain. They've got a crazy spin on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But again, it's all for trying to make it a little bit easier whenever people want to grab something and go. But they have connections, and they're bringing their folks around, and we're introducing our folks to them. So we're constantly in a mode of networking kind of throughout San Antonio. So any churches, any organizations that want to reach out to us to do corporate events, or you've got a leadership conference coming up, give us a shout. We can bring you acai bowls, smoothies. You can host events at our facility. We're not going to charge you to come. We just hope that you patronize and buy some products, and we can set some things out for you.
And that's a great thing to think about. Is there room, enough space if, say, a company wants to bring a small team, like almost like a team building experience, and go to your establishment? Is there enough room to have like a mini party and just refreshments?
Definitely. We got the room and the space. Like Miss Michelle, when she did her first salad class 2 Saturdays ago, she brought in 17, 18 people came in along with our normal customer flow. There was one point when there was easily about 40 people, in and out of the store, and we've got games all over the place. And
really?
It's a cool laid-back environment once you come and hang out. We got a couple of couches, a big seating area. So there was probably 30, 40 people at one point, just in there hanging out, and there was tons of room left over for everybody. We've got a bunch of tables and chairs all around. We've got a high bar. So there's plenty of space to accommodate, whatever your corporation needs.
And before we wrap up this segment, how can people stay in contact with you guys on social media? Because I'm sure people will be looking for Facebook and Twitter. Yeah.
Well, we're on Facebook. Just check us out. All you got to do is go in the search bar and put Pure Juice Stone, and it'll automatically pull up Pure Juice Stone Oak. We're rebranding that to Stone Ridge because we're inside of the Stone Ridge Shopping Center. But currently on Facebook, it says Pure Juice Stone Oak. That's the main place that we contact with social media right now. You'll see specials and all kind of crazy things. Like one Saturday, there were some kids in there doing karaoke, and we were just having a good time. But Pure Juice Stone Oak on Facebook. We also have Instagram. It's Pure Juice SR on Instagram. So those are the two main outlets that we're using right now for social media. And then you can actually pick up the phone. That antiquated thing. You can go old school. Yeah. You can call us at the store 210-310-3531. You can send us an email, purejuicesr@gmail.com. And of course, you can always go to www.justpurejuice.com. That way you'll get the entire Pure Juice family and not just us here at Stone Ridge. But yeah, come and hang out with us up at Stone Ridge, and we'll have a good time. And really quickly before we end this segment, 2 other key things that we hadn't really talked about here, and I'm going to kind of move around if that's okay, because I want you guys to taste some of this stuff. We also do fresh smoothies, and we do what we call acai bowls. So in a nutshell, let's start with an acai bowl. An acai bowl is healthy ice cream. It's that's the best way to describe it. But it's made right in front of you, very, very fresh. And so the acai berry, you're welcome. The acai berry is labeled as a superfruit. It comes from South America, so it's hard to get it. Good stuff, isn't it?
It's good.
It's hard to get it.
Before I did.
That's right. Yeah, you have. I forgot.
To say this.
Shout out to Malcolm Brown.
This is legit, man. I wish you guys can taste this. And before we wrap this segment, I'm going to just say, please go to justpurejuice.com and please visit these guys today if you're in San Antonio area. And before we go.
Definitely. But yeah, Yeah, so like we do fresh acai bowls made to order, and it's pretty much like I said, healthy ice cream, but it's made with all fruit. So we'll take frozen bananas, frozen pineapples, frozen strawberries. We'll mix it with some acai powder, maybe some coconut milk, coconut water, or almond milk, depending upon what you're getting. We've got 4 bowls that we do, depending upon what flavor you're getting, and we blend it up right there for you. And it's a super healthy, very creamy, very delicious dessert that's made with 100% fruit. There's no additives, no fillers, none of that kind of stuff. So it's goodness in a bowl. We'll top it with fresh fruits and chia seeds, hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds, you name it, granola. And the same thing with our smoothies. So, a funny story. A couple of Saturdays ago, got home after being at the store, and the missus is like, "Oh man, I wanted to get a smoothie," and do anything for my baby, and but the store is about 20 minutes from the house, right? And it was a long day, and so she was like, "Oh," and she said, "Well, can you go over to what's the place? Smoothie King." Bad word, not a bad word. Shout out Smoothie King. And so I went over there. I'd never actually been inside of a Smoothie King, so I went over there and ordered 3 smoothies, one for her, one for my son, one for my daughter. And here's the point of it. As I walked into the place, they had a big sign up there that said, now featuring real fruit. And I don't know what that means. So I ordered the smoothies, and they put in some water and some ice, a couple of pumps of some bottle, and maybe about a capful size of passion fruit, and I think she got mango in hers or whatever. And that was it. That was all that was in there. So water, ice, some flavoring of some sort, and a couple of teaspoons full of fruit. Well, the difference is with our smoothies, just like our acai bowls, it's all fruit. So it's literally what makes them cold is, we take frozen fruit, frozen bananas, again, frozen pineapples, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, depending upon what it is, add a little coconut milk or coconut water or almond milk, and we blend it up for you right there on the spot. So there's no extra funny looking flavorings or seasons or anything like that. It's pretty much 100% fruit.
And
awesome.
Before we leave, guys, I'm going to say when we come back from this break, we're going to get into this ice cream idea, because I'm very interested in this ice cream thing. Because what you said, I'm very interested. So, guys, stay tuned. We're coming right back after this break. We are listening to I Am Refocused podcast on iHeartRadio. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Rockefeller's Barbershop. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will be blessed and be glad in Him. Today I want to introduce myself. My name is Rico Rodriguez at Rockefeller's Barbershop here in San Antonio, Texas, 1733 Babcock Road. My phone number is 210-782-5188. And again, we do walk-ins on Sundays. You are listening to I Am Refocused podcast on iHeartRadio. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
Does your website need more traffic? Well, visit overflowcafe.com today. They make websites popular, and over 41,000 people use their service to gain more customers. They are winning our business. What about you? Visit overflowcafe.com today.
Hey guys, we are back from the break. This is I Am Refocused podcast, and we are talking to Pure Juice today with Jerome Sherrill. And sir, man, tell us about this charcoal thing. Tell us about this thing, because people think about brushing your teeth and it makes your teeth white. Tell us about this juice.
Yeah, so we've got 2 what we call tonic waters. One is a turmeric base. It has turmeric, lemon agave, and alkaline water in it. And then we have one we lovingly call Vamp. And it's the base of it is activated charcoal, a little bit of lemon, some agave, and alkaline water. And the thing about it, though, is that it's kind of it's black, right? So it's jet black in the bottom, and so a lot of people see it and they're kind of turned off because of what is that stuff right there that don't look right. It's not bright and red, like the Focus or whatever, that looks bright and refreshing or whatever, and then you got this bottle of black stuff over there. Well, those that we can convince to taste it, they say, well, it tastes just like lemonade, but it has activated charcoal in it. Now, activated charcoal has many benefits, but it's kind of like the ultimate sponge, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're if you're heavy duty into cleansing and healthy stuff or whatever, what activated charcoal does is it basically takes everything out, good, bad, or indifferent. Hospitals will use it for certain types of patients, because it's going to basically grab a hold of everything, absorb it, and take it right out. So we tell folks, if you're drinking the Vamp, or black lemonade, as it's kind of becoming called now, make sure you drink plenty of water with it and don't eat anything for a couple hours, because it's going to absorb all the nutrients of whatever you're eating and pretty much take it right out of your system. And not that we're doctors or anything like that, although we do have a doctor as a part of the Pure Juice family. Shout out to Dr. Derek Varner. We're not giving medical advice and anything like that. But with the Vamp, there is one question that we do tend to ask folks. Any time that you're doing any type of cleansing, juicing, whatever, please check with your doctor first, especially if you're on any types of medications, right? But with the Vamp in particular, because of how strong it is in terms of what activated charcoal grabs a hold to, if you're on any type of meds that has like metals and stuff in them, you definitely don't want to go down that path. You don't want to drink this every hour. You don't want to drink it at all. Exactly. It's just going to take everything out. Exactly. You know what I mean? So, again, we're not doctors, even though we do have a doctor as part of the family. It's one of those things where if you're really at a level, we put that on our expert level cleanses. If you're on that level, and you can do 3 days or 5 days or 7 days with nothing but juice and no other foods or anything like that, then it's a great option, because it's really going to take everything out of you. And someone asked earlier, when I drink that, will it turn my teeth black? Well, no, the activated charcoal will actually help whiten your teeth. So, people brush with it all the time. Right. So,
That's pretty cool, because I can see a lot of people in fitness wanting to get this kind of stuff. And tell us a little bit about the turmeric stuff you have too.
Okay, so turmeric, as we know, is a very very good product. We make it in a tonic, and it's actually in a few other things. But turmeric has many medicinal benefits, if you would. It's really good for inflammation, for upset stomach. It helps out with many things. Helps out with blood pressure regulation. Helps out, with digestion and those kinds of things. So it's a really good product that we really in this country don't get enough of. Some of the countries around the world, turmeric is a base and a staple in a lot of what they do. And here in this country, pretty much the only time I think we see turmeric is in mustard. But the curcumin, and I probably just mispronounced that, but the curcumin that's inside of turmeric is what gives it a lot of its healing and medicinal type properties. But turmeric has been around for millenniums, and it's been used in ancient medicines and diets of people around the world for many years.
And what's great about the mass variety of juices you have, about 15, right?
15.
The great thing about this, not only do people have options, but you're used to people getting energy drinks, getting quick shots, quick fixes. This long term can be a huge factor for people's health. Huge benefit. As a country, we haven't done
as well as we should. And last segment we were talking about, being a kid and how we ate much fresher. Folks went to pick their greens where I'm from.
Yeah.
You don't see that now. Folks will pick their greens from, from HEB or whatever store, or they'll get them out of a can and doctor them up and, serve them that way. And you get the processing and some of the other stuff that goes along with it. But it is still greens. But most people don't really eat the way that we ate 20, 30 years ago, right? And I mean, I'm not, some old dude or anything like that. But I remember beans was a staple in our house.
Right.
Navy beans, lima beans, all those kinds of things.
Right.
My family, they would make homemade biscuits and those kinds of things. But we would go to the farm and pick collards and pick snap peas and sit out on the porch and learn how to do that kind of stuff. And, so we don't eat like that anymore.
Right.
So that's one of the things that juicing kind of helps out with super busy schedules today. You can carry your greens with you in a bottle, and instead of having to
do all the labor.
Right. I mean, like the low kale, it has kale in it as one of the main ingredients in spinach. I can eat raw spinach. Love it. I'm not eating raw kale. It's bitter. You know what I mean? But you combine it.
I've eaten that raw kale.
Really?
But you can mix it with other greens. So it's not so bitter.
God bless you. I can't do raw kale.
But if you're busy,
hilarious.
get some pure juice.
Right, get some pure juice. The low kale is going to have kale and cucumber and spinach in it.
Yeah.
So it's super easy to get all the benefits from it, without trying to figure out how do I cook kale? How do I do it? Where do I put it in? But, we're going to put it in the bottle for you. We're going to make it nice and cold and delicious. And, as you can see, and that's not even everything. We've got oranges and yellows and, based off the ingredients on, you get bright colors. Just like, I don't know if you remember the food pyramids years ago. What would they say? They would say, your plate should have lots of colors on it. And our juices. Exactly. And our juices have lots of colors in them. This is just a small representation, but it's based on the stuff that's in it. And again, what's on the label is all that's in that bottle. Little oxygen, but that's it. There's nothing else in there but what's on the label. No preservatives, no sugars, no additives. That's all that goes in there.
And that's what's great about your pure juice, because when you say, not to name any names, but other juices, they kind of throw other stuff in there, and it's all about flavor.
It's all about flavor.
But you guys have it to where you still get great flavor, but it's more original, organic pureness. Right. Not to throw any. But, speaking of pure juicing, we talk about athletes. This would be great, but this is also great for the business owner who's always constantly at work and they don't have time to do any prep.
Exactly.
And talk to us more about, you said earlier during the break about, and probably first segment about people can actually have 30 days worth of different juices and subscription stuff. Say someone's interested in San Antonio, what can they do to start that process when they're at the store?
Well, pretty much when you're at the store, you just hey, I heard this thing on this podcast, and I'm going to check out the subscription, and we'll set you up. We'll get some basic information from you. So the way that looks is each bottle of juice is $8, right? So and if you simple math, at 30 days, if you came in and bought a juice every day for 30 days, the average time of a month, you're going to spend $240 plus tax. Well, with the subscription program, you pay one flat rate, $200. I'm sorry. Yeah. So you save $40 off of that, and you can come in once a day and grab whatever juice you want. If you fall in love with the Focus, for example, and that's all you want to do, you can stop by my store and grab a Focus every single day for 30 days. Or if you want to try this today and that tomorrow, you take whatever juice that you like for 30 days. One-time fee, you come in and grab and you go. So that's one of the ways. We also have cleanses. We have 1 day, 3 day, 5 and 7 day cleanses, and those all have different prices. The 1 day cleanse, which is 6 juices total, that'll cost you $40. And within that 6 juices, either if you kind of know what you're doing, you can come in and pick out whatever you want, or we kind of have like kind of a set rotation. A tonic water. We'll have a couple of greens,
especially someone who's new. Maybe.
Right, something refreshing, and then maybe a cashew milk to kind of help you get through the day with some extra protein. And the same goes for the 3, 5, and 7 days. We build them that way. We have a beginner level, an intermediate, and an expert level, and each one will have a little bit more little bit heavier duty type product in terms of more green focus versus a little bit less on the lighter beet juices. Like I've got 4 total beet juices or 4 total heart juices. The heaviest one, I guess you would say, is called Detox, and if you like beets, you'll love that because it's a beet in a bottle, and it's really good because it's really great for your blood pressure and lowering your blood pressure and whatnot. But you got to like beets on that one. It's got a really earthy taste to it. It's not horrible or anything like that, but it's got a really earthy taste to it.
Beets taste like dirt. They just do.
Right, and that tastes like earth.
That's why you got to get that pure juice, man.
Got to get that pure juice. That way we give you the connection. So depending upon what your goals are, you come into the store and give us a shout and say, hey, listen, I want to lose weight or I want to try to get sugars out of my life, whatever the case may be. And we can put together a program for you to help you achieve those goals.
And quick question. If someone wanted you to put a program together, would that be an extra fee? Really?
No. You come in, you give us a smile, and we'll help you out. That's all.
So I can be a guy that works out of the gym and say, hey, can you put this program schedule? Wow, that's pretty awesome.
We'll set you up.
That can be easily a fee for, hey. Yeah. Is it when they get the little printout, is it like a printout or like a booklet or do you have a generic?
No, for us, because since we concentrate on the juice, our program is going to be focused around juice. Gotcha. So we'll set up we'll get some information from you and set up the program in writing for you. We can give you a copy of it if you want, but then you come back the next day and pick up the juice and it's ready to go. We put it in container carriers for you so you can take it out, and that way we kind of go over it with you and say, this one in the morning, this one midday. We just kind of remind you what to do as far as you're going throughout your day, and that's it. So we'll build that program based off of the juice, and then it's ready for you whenever you're ready to pick it up.
That, I want to say smart, but that's very pure. Because I don't want to call it smart juice, but man, this pure juice is... there's nothing like this in San Antonio.
No, well, there are,
on this level.
On this level, I mean, shout out. There are some other juicing companies here in town. Yeah. No doubt about that. I'm not trying to throw any shade or anything like that. But
this is different.
Our product is a little bit different than most of the others that are out there. And again, we were named the #1 juice bar in San Antonio 2016 and 2017. So we take a lot of pride in that program. We take a lot of pride in what we put in that bottle, and we strive to give you the freshest, most nutrient-dense product that we can create. And we're also creating some other things throughout. So I mentioned earlier we have a location actually right down the street from here inside of a gym called Sherry Fitness. Shout out to Sherry Braxton. She actually helped us create a pre- and post-workout drink. Really? That has some natural proteins based off of the plants and whatnot that we use in it, and it's called Boom. I was talking to you a little bit about Ronnie Bly down at our main location. They actually just came up with another protein kind of pre-workout drink, and it's called Gold Rush. We're rolling it out at some Gold's gyms right now, no pun intended. But again, it's another strictly fitness-based kind of drink, and that one has I can't tell you everything that's in it, but it's got some interesting things in it, and it actually tastes really, really good, and it's nice and golden in color. That's the name Gold Rush. But it's a pre or post-workout drink as well that has nothing but fruits and vegetables in it, no extra protein powders and those kinds of things. So we our overall kind of philosophy is or one we're adopting to kind of summarize everything. We had a gentleman come in the store, and he said, if God made it, I'm going to eat it, right? And so that's kind of where we are with Pure Juice. Everything that we use, God made, right? So it's good for you to eat, or in this case, drink. Yeah.
Well, if you don't want to eat it, you can drink it at Pure Juice, because what's awesome about what also you guys are doing, this is very educational. I learned a lot because it's different things. It's not like I said earlier, you're not just drinking apple juice or orange juice.
Right.
This is a whole different level because you have different ratios of different blends of different, ingredients, top secret stuff. But before we let you go, we have to ask you, what is your favorite juice?
My favorite juice is this one right here, the Focus. I love the taste of it. It's refreshing. It's grapes, pineapple, beet, coconut water. I love that drink. It's just my favorite. It's bright. It's red. It's just super refreshing for me, and it gives you a nice little burst of energy that's kind of nice and smooth. It's not like a upper and a downer that you get with some of the other energy drinks out there. And although it's not a energy drink, for me, it kind of gives me a little extra energy. And it has beets in it, so that's really good for your heart and your blood pressure. And that's another thing for me that's near and dear to my heart, because I had some medical issues several years ago. Actually, doctor basically said I wouldn't be here right now today, but man upstairs said something different. So for me, one of the things I have to deal with now is high blood pressure, and so I'm constantly trying to drink something or ingest beets in some form or fashion. And because of that, I've been starting to get better and better reports from my doctor. So there's life-saving stuff inside of these bottles, man, and in our bowls, that ice cream we were talking about, and our smoothies, so which are made fresh in our stores, right in front of you.
Man, I'm glad you remind me of that, because I forgot all about the ice cream. Tell us about this ice cream, man. Like, how can we order some when we get to the store? Is it in a gallon? Size?
No, it's not a gallon. You can't get it in a gallon. But what they are is acai bowls, and I'm just kind of using a little levity. I call it healthy ice cream, right? So it's made with frozen fruits. We take and peel the bananas and we freeze them. Frozen pineapple, frozen strawberries, depending upon which one you order. Coconut milk or almond milk, depending upon what you order. And it's blended up right in front of you, and it comes out as this fantastic, basically frozen treat. That's the ice cream name. No cream or anything like that in it, and it has acai powder in it. And a lot of folks, acai has been billed as a superfruit. So it's very, very high in antioxidants. It looks like a blueberry, but they're not native to this country, so they come from South America. So we end up getting them here in like a powder form most of the time. It's dried, and then you take and add this powder into this concoction that you're putting together. You blend it all up, nice and smooth and creamy, and now you've got a very healthy ice cream, air quotes, kind of treat.
Substitute.
Exactly. We top them with fresh fruits. Great for the kids. Yeah. We top them with fresh fruits and nuts. We have pineapple, strawberry, banana, kiwi, blueberries that go on top of them, as well as pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds, to use as toppings, coconut shavings. You can even add, we actually have protein powders. You can add a little bit of protein powder into them or into the smoothies. We got peanut butter that you can add into them as well, which, believe it or not, folks like that as well.
It's almost like, well, I won't say that, but it's almost like Subway. You can ask you guys how to make it.
You pick out your toppings. Yeah. Exactly.
That's pretty awesome. And in that experience, is there any videos people can watch on the screens or on the website?
We're working on that.
Okay.
We're working on that
Coming
now.
soon.
Coming soon.
Because, man, I can see you guys having a mobile app and everything.
We're working on that, too.
Because I'm going to keep saying the same thing about Pure Juice, is that it's a very smart way of getting your great juice. I mean, you're not cracking open orange juice or apple juice. You're getting something that's on a whole different level.
Right.
And it's very smart how you guys are blending all the different flavors. And 15
different flavors, right? Ooh. And like we were talking about before, each bottle contains between 5 to 8 servings, 5 to 8 of your daily recommended servings of fruits and vegetables in each one of these little 16-ounce bottles. That's what we end up getting out of this. So it's a great additive to everybody's diets. You really can't go wrong with it. And because we got 15 flavors, you can probably find something that you're going to like. Or
and you can rotate. So next month you can say, hey, I want that other, what was it? It was the milk, the cashew milk. The cashew milk.
Right.
So that's a great way of kind of delegating how you do your day-to-day routine, because it's like almost driving. There's construction where that's pretty frequent in San Antonio. Just change your route.
Change your route.
So before we let you go, what's some things you want to leave with our audience?
Well, again, it's first of all, thank you, San Antonio, for your support. Thanks to you guys for having us on and allowing us access to use your platform. We take this as an honor. We don't take it lightly at all. It's a blessing, and we truly appreciate it. We're here to try to spread a little bit of goodness throughout San Antonio, giving folks an option. There's all kinds of things out there that you can choose from, and I've chosen from some of those too. I like ice cream, but we have a healthier alternative that's available to you and to your family here in San Antonio. To businesses out there, we are very open to doing caterings, providing products for you if you want to do healthy luncheons. If you want to come to our facility and have meetings off-site, just let us know, and we can set that up for you. You can hit us on Facebook. We're at, I just look for Pure Juice Stone Oak. We're changing it to Stone Ridge. On Instagram, Pure Juice SR on Instagram, and that'll pop right up. You can pick up the phone and call us at 210-310-3531. If you got that big rotary thing, okay, God bless you. But you can call us. But we're also located, we have 3 locations here in San Antonio. The one that we're at is in Stone Ridge off of 281, US 281. Our main location is downtown in Southtown on Presa, and then right up the street at Cherry Fitness here on Babcock. We're also located in 10 of the Gold Gyms here throughout San Antonio, and you don't have to have a membership to go in and enjoy some Pure Juice. Like I said, there's some things coming in terms of access, whatnot. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about this. You can actually have it delivered. We're working with. I forgot about that.
You got time? Tell us a little bit how.
Yeah, so we're working with DoorDash here in town, as well as Favor. So you go into their apps and order, and they'll send a driver over, and they place the order and pick it up and bring it right to you.
Wow.
And the cool thing about that is that gives folks access to our product that maybe wouldn't have come into the store any otherwise. They have their cooler bags and all that kind of stuff. So yes, you can order ICA bowls and smoothies, and it'll still get to you nice and frozen, as well as all the juices. We have our cleanses, 1 day, 3 day, 5 day, 7 day, and a killer subscription program. We're also starting to work towards healthier snacks. At my store, we're working with a company right now called Rabbit & Bull, locally here in San Antonio. Shout out to Shalina and Sergio. They do meal prep, but we also have in our store some of their snacks. A killer peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Phenomenal. I've never seen anything like it. Hummus package, an energy bite, as well as this chia parfait pudding. Downtown at our main location, we have Artful, and they're doing full-on meal prep there. But what Chef Ronnie's doing down there is he's doing a different meal a day. So as you walk in, they've got a showcase right there, and you can pull, you can grab whatever meal he has for the day. It's already prepped. You take it and throw it in the microwave, or he has a soup on the bottom. So you get a different meal and a different soup every day through that program there. So we're trying some different things to try and make sure that we can provide healthier options for the San Antonio community. And everything is cost competitively going against some of the fast food options. So come check us out, San Antonio.
Can't go wrong with Pure.
Can't go wrong with Pure, man. It's good for you.
Yeah, say you got a #1 fan, like I'm wearing a T-shirt. You guys sell T-shirts too at the shop?
We are going to be selling T-shirts. You guys actually, the world premiere. This is one of the apparel items here. Pure Juice Life at its purest is our logo. We've got them currently in orange and in green. We've got some purple coming. Shout out to the greatest fraternity in the world. So we will have some other options for apparel and stuff here coming up soon. We're trying to find someone to make some hats for us and a few other things like that. But we want to spread the message, of living life at its purest.
Well, there's no other better way to end a show like that. Purest. So thank you so much, Pure Juice, for coming in today.
Thank you guys for having us.
I Am Refocused podcast, and man, it's perfect. You want to try this Focus Juice, man, because I'm just saying, I'm going to have to say officially that's going to be my top #1 favorite juice right there. Before we let you guys go, I want to give another quick shout out to Rico Rodriguez, our partner in Rockefeller's Barbershop. If you are in San Antonio or you're away in San Antonio, stop by my boy and get your hair cut. And before we leave, like we always say, every single week, keep God first, stay focused, and peace. And before I stop, get some pear juice. Y'all take care. God bless.